Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's lesson. Today, I'm taking you through mathematics, and this video is dedicated to the CBC education in Kenya and any other country can also watch this video, because as I told you the other day, mathematics is mathematics. Whether you are in Kenya, whether you are in USA, whether you are in Britain, whether you are in China, whether you are in name it, any country in this world, mathematics is mathematics. So fractions will remain fractions wherever we are in what we call the earth, including those in Greenland, and if there are any people who live in Antarctica. So the topic today is fractions, and I'll immediately go to the reason. After that, I will give the use of fractions in day-to-day life. All right. Fractions are also very important in day-to-day life. So there will be a video to that in nature after this. So guys, welcome to the lesson. So there we go. Fractions. Fractions are a way to represent parts of a whole. They consist of a number known as the numerator and a number known as the denominator. And what is separating these two numbers is a line which is known as a vinculum. The numerator is the number of the parts considered, and the denominator is the total number of equal parts the whole is divided into. The key concepts in this topic: types of fractions. We have, I think, about 4 types of fractions. We have proper fractions, improper fractions, mixed numbers, and equivalent fractions. Proper fractions are the fractions where the numerator is less than the denominator. For example, 3/4. That line there between 3 and 4 is what I'm calling vinculum. Improper fractions are fractions where the numerator is greater than or equal to the denominator. For example, 5 is greater than 4. Therefore, 5/4 is an improper fraction. Mixed numbers are types of fractions where a whole number is combined with a proper fraction. E.g., 1 and 1 over 4, or 1 and a quarter. Equivalent fractions are fractions that represent the same part of a whole. Fractions that represent the same part of a whole, even if they have different numerators and denominators. Equivalent fractions, fractions that represent the same part of a whole, even if they have different numerators and denominators. E.g., 1 over 2 equals 2 over 4 equals 4 over 8. All those fractions are equivalent. They represent half of a whole. So if you have 1, you can divide it into 2, you get a half. If you have 4, there will be 2 out of 4, 2, 2, that's half, half. And then 4, if you have 8, you divide 8 into 2 fours. Simplifying fractions is our next agenda. To simplify a fraction, divide the numerator and the denominator by their greatest common divisor, what we call GCD. And the example is simplify 8 over 12. The GCD of 8 and 12 is 4. So you divide the numerator by 4, you get 8 divided by 4 is 2, and the denominator 12 you divide by 4 is 3. Therefore, 8 over 12 is equal to 3. Operations with fractions. So we have 4 operations in mathematics: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So the first thing we do is we consider addition and subtraction with the fractions. Fractions must have a common denominator to be added or subtracted. For example, 1 over 4 plus 1 over 6. Find the least common denominator, which is 12. And you convert each fraction to have the least common denominator. And the least common denominator is 1 over 4 will be equal to 3 over 12, and 1 over 6 will be equal to 2 over 12. Then add 3 over 12 plus 2 over 12 is equal to 5 over 12. Can you see how easy it is, guys? Subtraction. 5 over 8 minus 1 over 4. The LCD, or the lowest common denominator, is 8. And so therefore you convert 1 over 4 to 8. To have 8 as a denominator, because already 5 over 8 has an 8. And therefore you get 1 over 4 is equal to 2 over 8. And when you subtract 5 over 8 minus 2 over 8, the answer is 3 over 8. Multiplication of fractions, or with fractions. To do multiplication in fractions, you multiply the numerators together and the denominators together. You don't mix up. That line there, the vinculum, will tell you which are the denominators and which are the numerators. And therefore, 3 over 4 times 2 over 5 is equal to 3 times 2 over 4 times 5. And 3 times 2 is 6. 4 times 5 is 20. Simplified will be 3 over 10 because there is a common factor 2 in 6 and 20. So you divide 6 by 2 and you divide 20 by 2, you get 6 by 2 is 3, 20 by 2 is 10, you get 3 over 10. Division. Multiply the reciprocal of the fraction you are dividing by. Multiply by the reciprocal of the fraction. Reciprocal of the fraction you are dividing by. So you change the sign of division to multiplication, but then the fraction will be changed to the reciprocal of that fraction. So you are dividing, for example, 3 over 4 divided by 2 over 5. The 2 over 5, you are going to change that sign to multiplication, but then our 2 over 5 will be converted to its reciprocal, which is 5 over 2. And therefore, your problem now will be 3 over 4 times 5 over 2, which is equal to 3 times 5 over 4 times 2, which is 15 over 8, which is equal to 1 and 7 over 8, converted to a mixed number. So guys, you can see, there was an error there. 3 over 4 times 5 over 2 equals 3 times 5, 4 times 2 is equal to 15 over 8, which is equal to 1 and 7 over 8, converted to a mixed number. Practical applications of fractions. The first one is finding fractions of a quantity. And to find a fraction of a quantity, multiply the quantity by the fraction. For example, 1/3 of 60 is 1/3 times 60, which is 20. So 1/3 of 60 is 20. Converting between fractions, decimals, and percentages. To convert a fraction to a decimal, divide the numerator by the denominator. To convert a fraction to a percentage, multiply by 100. For example, 3 over 4 as a decimal is 3 divided by 4, which is 0.75. As a percentage, it is 0.75 times 100, which is 75%. Exercises. Simplify the following fractions. Remember, in these videos, guys, in these YouTube videos of mathematics for the junior secondary classes, you are supposed to have a pen and paper or a pen and a book when you watch this video. So why don't you simplify the following fraction? 15 over 45 and b 20 over 60. Then add and subtract the following fractions. 3 over 2 plus 1 over 6, and b 7 over 8 minus 3 over 16. Multiply and divide the following fractions. 5 over 9 times 3 over 4, and b 6 over 7 divided by 2 over 5. Find the fraction of a quantity 2/5 of 50 and B 3/8 of 96. My dear students, you can stop the video a bit, then you do the questions, then you compare the answers with your friends. Convert between fractions, decimals, and percentages. 1/5 to a decimal and a percentage, 7/10 to a decimal and percentage. And I will summarize by saying this. Understanding fractions and their operations is essential for various mathematical applications. Practice simplifying, adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing fractions to become proficient in handling them in different contexts. So guys, that's the end of that lesson. I hope you have enjoyed the lesson. So the next lesson which is going to follow, guys, is the application of fractions in day-to-day life, guys. I don't know whether you can see me. All right. So we are going to do application of fractions day-to-day life. I'm trying to get a good view where you can see my face. Otherwise, guys, I think the lesson was quite nice, and I hope you are going to enjoy that lesson with your pen and paper. Guys, just have a pen and paper and enjoy the lesson. If you have not subscribed to my channel as a parent or as a student who has got a smartphone, please subscribe to this channel for more videos of this nature. Don't forget to give the video a like if it pleases you. A comment would also do something good, and share this video with your friends. You can suggest if you need any improvement. So guys, let's come to the uses of fractions in day-to-day life as our next video.